I was asked by some friends and family if I would show them how to make my bacon wrapped stuffed chicken breasts. This video is a tutorial about the process I do to make them and the supplies that I choose to use. I do strongly encourage that you try it with whatever you may like. For the stuffing, you know, if you prefer to have turkey bacon instead of regular bacon, please do so. If you try something different or new and you think it's better, please let me know. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you. So some of the spices and ingredients that I put in my stuffing include dried chives, garlic powder, breadcrumbs, dried onions, seasonings of my choice. This is garlic herb, and then I like to add real garlic to it as well. I get the prepackaged, already chopped garlic, which makes it a lot easier and a lot faster to be able to do things. And then I add salt and pepper for taste. I usually get just a big slab of bacon, and then I have several different types of cheeses that I'm going to use. This time we're going to try something new, and I got some, sorry if you can't see it very well, some Laughing Cow Swiss. It's a soft cheese. It doesn't have a high melting point, but it makes things creamier. I have some pre-shredded mozzarella to add into it to kind of give it that stringy gooiness. Then I also have some just regular pre-shredded cheddar cheese, and of course a pack of frozen broccoli. So how I start my stuffing is I'll take a bag of frozen broccoli, and I'll put it the pieces out on my cutting board. And then what I'll do is I'll chop them up into smaller bite-sized pieces so that it's easier to put into the chicken and it's not so overwhelming on the inside. So I cut them up into pieces about like that, because as broccoli cooks down it gets smaller. And I just, you know, make up as much as I need for however many chicken breasts I'm making. So I'm making this for dinner tonight for my family, and I'm only going to be making 3, so I don't need a whole lot to kind of, you know, I don't need to make a whole bunch to stuff the chicken breast, because if you stuff them too much, then it becomes too big of a meal, and it can be too much to eat all at once. So I'm going to finish cutting up this broccoli and I'll be right back. So I have my broccoli cut, and it's about, I would say probably about 2.5 cups of broccoli. And at this point I'll add my seasonings. This is the chive, so I don't measure exactly, I just kind of take a pinch and kind of go and just do it as, you know, do it to flavor, to you know, what I know my family likes. You know, some people don't like garlic, some people do. My family is really big on the whole garlic. So what I've added so far is the chives, the garlic, the dried onions. Now I'm adding the seasoning that I chose to put in here. And with this seasoning, I'm choosing to put it all in here, which is it's probably about 3/4 of a cup. And then I'm going to mix in my garlic, which is probably about a tablespoon or a teaspoon and a half. And with the garlic, this way it adds that juice to kind of help moisten up the breadcrumbs. And I'm the type of cook that I like to cook with my hands, so I'll just get in here and just kind of give it all a toss to get it mixed in really good, so that your spices cover your broccoli really good. So it'll look something like that. I apologize for the poor lighting on the video. Yeah. So what I do next is I start adding some of the cheese that I've chosen to use. Like I said, this is a pre-shredded mozzarella cheese to kind of give it that gooey flavor, the stringiness that you get from cheese sticks and stuff. What I did is I bought a bulk log of cheese, and then I took the time and I shredded it and I just put it in the freezer for when I needed it, for when I wanted to use it. So I'm just taking handfuls of it and crumpling it up to add it to my broccoli and cheese mixture, or broccoli and spices. And then so I just kind of add the cheese to where I think I want it. How cheesy do I want it? Do I want it really cheesy, or do I want it less cheesy, kind of deal? And then I just kind of will put my hands in and mix it around and make sure it's all mixed in really good. So I've made this several times before, and I've tried different types of cheeses and to kind of see which one I liked best. So I'm trying a new cheese. It's the Laughing Cow Creamy Swiss and Garlic, and they just come in these cute little wedges. So I'm just going to open up a bunch of these and then just drop the wedge in, and then I'll get a spoon and stir it all together so it's kind of got that creamy consistency that you find in like cordon bleu or some of your other stuffed chickens. So I think that I'm going to try. I'm going to go ahead and add all 8, and we'll see how it turns out. This is like I said, this is a new recipe for me, and I like to try new things to see is it going to taste better than it did the last time. If it didn't, then I probably won't do it again. It just kind of all depends on how it turns out. Experiment with your food, experiment with what things that you like, and different flavors that you like, and just kind of experiment and see what kind of combinations you come up with that make whatever it is that you're making good. So I just added that cheese, the creamier cheese, and now I'm just kind of mixing it all together. And it's going to make it's kind of thick and a little bit hard to stir, but you want to try and stir it all together and incorporate it all. Try not to make a mess. You know, if you find that stirring it this way with a spoon is too hard, and you know that your hands are clean, I say just get in there and just kind of mix it all together and mix it in really good so that you know that your stuffing is the way you want it. And you want your stuffing to be thick. You want to be able, like a bread dough. You want it to be thick and bready. So after I do the cheese and stuff, I'll add the breadcrumbs to kind of give it a little bit more texture. I add just enough to keep the texture intact, but make it easier to be able to stuff into the chicken breast. And again, like I said, I'll just get my hands in here and I will mix it up really good. You know, for the breadcrumbs, you can buy store-bought breadcrumbs, or if you have stovetop stuffing, you can take the breadcrumbs and the packet from that and you put it in a bag and mix it together and kind of take a rolling pin and roll it out to get your finer breadcrumbs. So, to kind of show you what the dough looks like, I'm going to put it out here on my cutting board. And as you can see, you can see the chunks of the large chunks of the broccoli and your spices in what in your dough. So we're going to take and put our dough back in our bowl, or in our bowl, and I'm going to wash my hands, and then I'm going to get my chicken breast, and then I will show you how I prepare my chicken breast to be able to stuff them. Okay, so now I have my chicken breasts. They're thawed. And how I prepare them is I try to cut off as much of the excess fat and skin so that I don't like it, honestly. So what I'll do is I'll take the chicken breast and I'll turn it over upside down, kind of like this, and then I'll go in at one side with a small paring knife and just kind of cut a small hole into the top of the chicken, like so, and then take and make a pocket on the inside of the chicken breast, trying not to cut too much into the breast so that you have that pocket, but you're not cutting through where you have an open hole where your stuffing is going to come out. So once I cut my pocket, I stick my finger in to kind of spread it out just a little bit so that I have a nice hole in the top to be able to stuff my chicken. And I'll take my stuffing, a little bit at a time, and kind of stuff it into that hole. And so you just kind of push it in to where you fill up the hole that you created on the in between in the middle of the breast. Which arm off? So, and I just take enough to stuff it, to where it's got a nice stuffing in it. Thank you. So, once I got my chicken breast stuffed, as you can see, it's a lot bigger now. I'll take and make a nice hole once you get out the pan and rack. So I'll take a slice of my bacon, take it and go long ways, like this, you know, going from top to bottom across, and then bringing it around and tucking it together so it overlaps. Thank you. And then I will take added bacon, you know, more bacon strips, and just kind of wrap the whole entire chicken breast in bacon like so. So I'm going to take care of the rest of these next two, and I will be right back. Okay, so after I get the chicken wrapped and ready for the oven, I put it in on a cookie sheet with an oven-safe rack, so that the fats will actually go to the bottom and your chicken's not sitting in it. And I will cook it in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes at 350. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cooked, and then I will be back. So those are in the oven cooking. If you end up having leftover dough from stuffing your chicken breast, I kind of overgauged what I was making. What I'll do is I'll actually take and put it in a baggie and stick it in the freezer and have it for another time for when we do the chicken breast. And if by chance you have any leftover bacon, we like to cook the bacon up and have it as a snack while we're waiting for the rest of everything else to cook. While the chicken is cooking, and usually that's the time that I'll take and I will take and prepare the other stuff that we're going to have with dinner. So tonight we're probably going to have some homemade mashed potatoes and green beans to go along with this. So if I'm going to start boiling my potatoes and get those ready, and I'll be back. So there you have it. That is how I make my bacon wrapped stuffed chicken breasts. So this is dinner, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Thanks. Bye.